But yeah, why do you think that they give it to you for free? The more you're on there, the more... I'm not saying that they're fucking sitting here watching you every day and collecting your data, but they're stupid if they're not collecting, you know. They're stupid if they're not collecting the data. And like I said, I don't have anything to hide. My life's a motherfucking open book, so, you know, I really don't care one way or the other. If Facebook... Well, as a matter of fact, I know they track that shit because I'll be on eBay, and then I'll go to Facebook, and I'll be on Facebook, and Facebook will show me something else similar to what I just looked at on eBay. So I know that they track that shit. So if they do that, I know that they can, if they're trying to manipulate what I buy, or they're trying to manipulate my feelings on politics and all of that kind of stuff as well. And I'm not on there enough nowadays to really... I think I got on there a little while back just to... Like, in the good old days, it was just what's going on with family and shit like that and whatever. And, you know, all your old friends that you haven't talked to in a little while. And I think when it came out in 2007, let's see, I was supposed to graduate high school in 1993, 1992. Actually, I was supposed to graduate high school in 1991. I was held back in the 7th grade, and then I was supposed to graduate actually in 92. So when Facebook came out, I'd say 2006, 2007, yeah, I had been out of high school for 15 years. A lot of these people didn't even know what the fuck was going on in their life. I mean, I was a service manager at Houston Cycle, and I remember a guy coming in one day, and he was like, "Hey man, you look familiar. You look like a dude I used to go to school with." I was like, "That's me." Like, hey, it's a small world. That's how you ran into your old friends back then. And then this new amazing thing called Facebook comes out. Well, actually, MySpace. It was MySpace. MySpace, I did start some of those. MySpace came out, and something called Classmates.com came out. And those two things was like really a blessing, because a lot of my friends I had talked to, and when I had last talked to them was like right after the high school years, is when I'll call those my dark years, whenever I was highly addicted to Vicodin. And I was highly addicted to Vicodin for a few years in there, right? I mean, I didn't stop. I didn't completely quit taking the pills until November of 2001. Okay, so the fact that when Facebook came out, I was clean, sober, I had my life together for the rest of my life, you know what I mean? Never going to take another pill, yada, yada, yada. Then it was a blessing to be able to catch up with some of these people, you know, that I hadn't seen in years. And a lot of these people, the blessing of the podcast is being able to talk about some of those things and try to maybe help some other people that may be facing some of the situations that I faced back then. And if you listen to the Rich Little Poor Kid right here at Robcast Radio, then it gets into the first couple episodes of it, get into, I think, the Vicodin Chronicles. But that's why I'm not ashamed or afraid to talk about that, because I motherfucking lived through it. And I'm here today as living proof that everyone does have a special talent, and we were put on this earth in order to fucking wake up every day feeling good about ourselves, man. Life's too short for any other bullshit. And so, yeah, trying to avoid being manipulated, but is always being manipulated to your disadvantage. You know, someone's trying to manipulate you to try to keep you from fucking, let's say your mechanic tells you that your car needs brakes. Is he manipulating you because he doesn't want you to run into oncoming traffic? You know, that's a manipulation. If he honestly thinks that your car needs brakes so that he can line his bank account, he can put some few $100s into his wallet, then that's a manipulation in his own advantage. Now, if your car definitely needs it, and it does both, then it helps both of you. So basically, I think that's the main reason why I upload the show onto Facebook every once in a while. Glance on there, like I'll sit around and think, I know there's a pretty young lady out there that I haven't talked to in a minute or two. Maybe I'll send her a message or something like that. And then normally I end up going down the YouTube rabbit hole for a fucking hour or two, and forgetting about all that because, I don't know, I guess you get to a certain point in your life to where being single is a way of life too. It's where it's nice. It's nice not to have to deal with anyone's bullshit, but what's not nice is on a cold night not having that cuddle buddy. I guess just the right person, man, is out there. The right person is out there. Since I'm awake and you're awake, we have nothing better to do. I just want to ask you a question. Do you believe that there's life out there? And if you believe there's life out there, I'm saying beyond human existence, do you think that there's other intelligent life out there? If you could consider human beings intelligent life, I would say yes, just because of look at the things that we built with our own two hands. Do you believe that there's alien life here on Earth? Do you believe that we've had discs crash that have been recovered? I only ask this because I was listening to the Joe Rogan Experience right here at Spreaker Podcast, baby. I was listening to the Joe Rogan Experience, and it was the dude from Blink-182. And the dude from Blink-182 has just released a book not too long ago about something to do with UFOs. And hold on a second, okay? We'll talk just a little bit about UFOs, and then we'll call it a show. But you got no place to go, I got no place to go, so we're gonna motherfucking hang out, chill, get you an adult beverage, roll you a big fatty bo patty, and we're gonna talk about the gentleman from Blink-182 and his perspective on what's going on with the UFO phenomenon. Okay, this is Tom DeLonge, DELONGE. Tom DeLonge is he's from the band Blink-182, but he was on the Joe Rogan Experience, so I would recommend that you listen to that episode of the Joe Rogan Experience. Well, then I also on Spreaker Podcast, I just typed in Tom DeLonge, and I listened to a podcast about, it's like the ufologists' actual podcast that they do. It's something to do with aliens, and this where they were talking about him. But Tom DeLonge has, well, I don't know, let's see. Inside, no, I don't want to watch a video. Okay, Tom DeLonge alien website. Okay. Is Tom DeLonge for real about this UFO stuff? See, this is what he was telling Joe Rogan. Okay, this is my recollection of when he's talking to Joe Rogan. He's saying that he figured something out that other people didn't quite put together. He said all the information was out there, and he wrote a book. And after he wrote this book, then he started getting contacted or contacting government agencies, CIA, like top brass in the military, generals and stuff like that. And he was talking about something about bringing these people together, and he was also talking about starting this company, people being able to buy shares in it. He's talking about introducing some alien technology into the world, and that and that they wanted him basically to be the spokesperson for it because they couldn't do it. Blah blah blah. Anyway, the point is that do you believe that aliens are out there? Do you believe that they're here? And check out Tom DeLonge and what he's got going on, because according to the ufologists, that whenever he came out, that they were a little bit like they're basically saying that he's taken the place of the mouthpiece, the puppet of the government, by just doing what they want him to do, how they want him to do it, and being basically the spokesperson for like what's going on in the UFO world as far as the government says. Even with Tom DeLonge, if you have a specific alien thing, visit their website. Okay, look, I'm just going to say Blink-182 rocker Tom DeLonge talks run-ins with aliens and says the government tapped his phone. When is this from? February 2015. No, I don't want to see that. Go back. Hold on, I'll pull something up about this Tom DeLonge. Here we go. CBS News. Tom DeLonge says he's had contact with aliens. In case Blink-182 doesn't reunite, lead singer and guitarist Tom DeLonge may have a fallback job as an alien conspiracy theorist. Okay, my bad. I had to take a brief station identification break there. So definitely download the Spreaker podcast app. Here we go. CBSNews.com. It says, in case Blink-182 doesn't reunite, lead singer and guitarist Tom DeLonge may have a fallback job as an alien conspiracy theorist. In the lengthy Q&A with Paper Magazine published Tuesday, the punk rocker touches on some pretty out-of-this-world topics, including an encounter with an actual alien at Area 51, how he's currently in danger, and how the government has been tapping his phone calls. Here are some of our favorite excerpts, so check out the full piece here. On the existence of aliens. What's funny, this is a quote from Tom DeLonge. What's funny, 2 decades ago, when I got into this, I was such the world is flat scenario, and there's Tom running around about UFOs, and they just laugh it off. But now NASA is holding symposiums on the inevitability of finding life in the universe. The Vatican is talking about, yes, there's life out there, and how it interferes or doesn't interfere with the church's view of existence. You have to understand, I've been involved in this for a long time. I have sources from the government. I've had my phone tapped. I've done a lot of weird stuff in this industry. People wouldn't believe me if I told them, but this is what happens when you start getting on an email chain with hundreds of scientists from the Jet Propulsion Laboratory in different universities around the country, and you start outing senior scientists from Lockheed Martin talking about the reality of this stuff. Guys that hold 30 patents, guys that work underground in the in the Nevada test sites in Area 51. It goes far beyond just saying, hey, that little light in the sky, that's a little green man. That doesn't lend the right gravity to the topic. On making contact with aliens in Area 51, we had 2 nights. We did one outside in a secret base called China Lake. Wow. And I actually know of China Lake, and built some of the machine tool pieces that build some of the machines that run. They're CNC machines that run at the China Lake near Air Naval Weapons Center there. So we had 2 nights. We did one inside at a secret base called China Lake, and that was on the flight path to Area 51, which is known as Groom Lake. We camped out on the northern end of that, about 200 miles, blah, blah, blah. I was talking about a person that was gathering all of the footage for the congressional hearing. That person was telling me that the big belief, blah, blah, blah.